You're listening to the Intuitive Strength Podcast, and I'm your host, Brie Ogletree. I'm an online fitness coach teaching women how to use strength training and nutrition to build a body they love, but I'm also a strong believer in holistic wellness, which includes all aspects of your life. While this podcast is heavily focused on fitness and nutrition, we'll also dive into other topics that attribute to total wellness to include mental health, financial health, relationships, and stress management, to name a few. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome back to the show. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Brie Ogletree. I'm an online fitness coach for women. I teach women how to use strength training and fitness to achieve and maintain their body goals long term. Today we're talking about what to do if you only have 10, 20, or 30 minutes to work out. So I'm basing this off of my coaching guidance in my group programs. So I give guidance on if you only have 10 minutes, if you only have 20 minutes, if you only have 30 minutes. Most of my workouts take about 45 to 90 minutes to complete, depending on how long your rest periods are, how long it takes you to set up and break down your equipment. And also if you choose to do conditioning on the same day or not. So anywhere between 45 and 90 minutes, I would say. So I give options for what to do if you have to shorten your time. This way you still get the biggest benefit out of the workouts, so you have some guidance if you do have to shorten your workout. Before we get started, be sure to consider subscribing to either the YouTube channel or the podcast in order to continue getting more fitness education just like this. So again, this breakdown of 10, 20, 30 minutes is based off of how I program strength-focused workouts for group programs and for my clients. So I'm not going to go into a huge detail on how I program, but just to give you a general idea, I start with a breathing and mobility section. So the breathing, there's usually a breathing exercise at the beginning, and then there's maybe 4 or 5 mobility exercises to help prime your body for the workout ahead. Then from there, there's about 6 to 8 exercises within the strength focused portion of the workout. And it is usually full or total body focus. Most of the people that I work with train anywhere from 2 to 4 days per week. So total body workouts work great for that population because they're getting more bang for their buck in their workouts and they're hitting all major muscle groups at least a couple times per week. So after those 6 to 8 exercises in the main workout, there's usually some type of finisher at the end as well. So the finisher is really mostly usually focused on some type of metabolic conditioning, so energy system work. So whether it's a longer endurance-based workout, like going for a jog or a run for 10 to 15 minutes, or if it's something like a short high-intensity interval training workout where we're focused on anaerobic capacity, it's usually focused on that, or it may be focused on some type of hypertrophy work. So upper body isolation exercises or lower body isolation exercises. And again, these workouts take anywhere from 45 to 90 minutes, depending on how long it takes you to set up your equipment, how long it takes you to warm up, your rest periods, how long you're resting. And that's going to differ from person to person, depending on your fitness level and on how much you're lifting. So generally, if you're lifting heavier loads for your exercises, you're probably resting a little bit longer in between sets. And then lastly, it also depends on if you do the conditioning portion at the end or you save it for another day, which is something that I leave up to the person in the program, right? If they want to do their conditioning on the same day and just get it over with, or if they want to completely do conditioning on a separate day. Now, I know 45 to 90 minutes is a pretty big time commitment, especially if you are super busy. So I give options on how to break down the exercises and how to break down the workouts with the time that you're given. So I give 10, 20, and 30-minute time options in all of the notes for the workouts that I provide, just in case you do need to follow a shorter workout for that day. If you have 45 to 90 minutes, great, but sometimes we just don't have that much time, and I understand that. So I break that down for you in the group programs, and I'm going to tell you exactly how I do that on this episode. So if you only have 10 minutes to work out and you're following a program like one of my group programs. What I would do is skip the breathing and the power exercises for sure, and just do one set of the mobility exercises. Now, you don't even really need to do all of the mobility exercises. I would pick maybe one, two, maybe three of them and go through those at least one time just to prime your body a little bit for the movement that you're about to do. From there, I would either do a few sets of the first strength superset that you have in your workout. So with my programming, that's usually the main focus for the workout. Those first two exercises that I program are really where I really want you to focus your effort. So you can just do that superset for the 10 minutes, or if you want to get more of a variety of exercises, I suggest maybe doing one set of those and then one set of the next superset. And then if you have time, one set of the third superset. So there's usually at least 3 supersets within my programming. So again, your options are to just focus on the first superset, do maybe 2. If you can get in 3 sets of that first superset, that's awesome. Or you can sample all 3 supersets and do one set of each superset. So you're still hitting all 6 exercises, you're just completing one set of each. If this was me personally and I only had 10 minutes, I probably would just focus on the first superset, just to take into consideration like setup time and breakdown time, right? So when we're moving between exercises, we have to break down and set up for the next superset. So that's going to cut into your 10 minutes, right? So I would probably just focus on doing a few mobility exercises, one round of mobility exercises, and then trying to hit that first superset as hard as I can. If you have 20 minutes to work out, that's a little bit more time. That's double the time than 10 minutes. So you can definitely do a little bit more there. So my guidance here is to skip the breathing again, and then complete at least one round of all the mobility exercises. You should have time to do that. And then from there, I would do one or maybe 2 sets of the power development exercise at the beginning. Again, power development is great for priming the central nervous system for your heavy lifts. So if again, I want to really focus on hitting that superset really well, I would do 1 to 2 sets of that power before going into the first focused or the main superset. And then after the power development, again, you could focus exclusively on that first superset, getting in all of your sets with those first couple exercises, or you can do a sample of the 3 main supersets that are probably programmed if you're following a program like mine, doing 1 to 2 sets of each depending on your timing. So again, it depends on how quickly you move, what your rest periods look like, but that's what I would do. If I would probably just focus on that first main superset first, getting in all of those sets, and then whatever time I have left over, I would probably decide what to do with that. If I want to just do one set of each of the following supersets, or if I want to do the second superset and then have that be my workout. Again, that's just me knowing how long it takes me to set up exercises and break them down. So I think for me, it's more time efficient to just focus on the first superset or the main group of exercises first, and then worry about the other supersets after that. If I have 30 minutes to work out, then again, you can do a little bit more than you can with 20 minutes, obviously. So what I would do here again is skip the breathing. The breathing really doesn't take that long, but it does cut into your time. So I would skip the breathing, complete one set of the mobility exercises. So all of them, there's usually 4 or 5. So I would do all 4 or 5 of those. And then I would do 1 to 2 sets of the power development exercise, again, to prime my central nervous system for the first main group or main superset of lifts. And then I would complete all 3 or 4 sets, whatever it is, for that first main group, that first main superset. And then from there, with whatever time left, I would just do the second or third superset, or sample those supersets again. I would focus on that first superset first, because usually that is the main lift for the day, or the for the workout. Put all my effort there, really focus on taking the proper amount of rest and loading the exercise properly, and then seeing what time I have left, and then deciding whether or not I want to just do the second superset, or sample the second and third supersets. Now, are there other types of workouts that you can choose to do when you're short on time? Of course, there are. So, there are HIIT workouts, there is what's called density training. Those are also options for you as well. So, a HIIT workout is usually less than 20 minutes. You can get a solid HIIT workout in 10 minutes. So, that's also an option. So, in my program, for example, there's usually at least one HIIT finisher per week. If you only have 10 minutes and you want to opt to do that, that is also an option, and that's a great option for you as well. Fitting in a workout within your time constraint, right? And then density training is, say I have those, 6 to 8 exercises programmed for the workout. What I would do is create a circuit and maybe lift lighter on those exercises and try to get in as much work as possible in 10, 20, 30 minutes, whatever amount of time that you have. Because my group programs and my programming is very strength focused, I think that you get more benefit out of following the workout like I've just prescribed when you have those short periods of time, in order to get the most out of those exercises and to get the most potential out of your training. Now, again, HIIT training and then density training are also options for you as well. But when it comes to workouts like this, which are primarily strength focused, so the idea here is to lift at a challenging level or at a challenging weight, right? The best use of your time is to focus on still creating that environment where you're lifting to your greatest potential, right? So you're using challenging loads in those exercises. Even if you can only do one set of those exercises, right? You're still challenging yourself and still building towards getting stronger, and then also taking the proper rest periods too. Like, even if you only have 10 minutes, you're still giving yourself time between exercises, time between sets to recover from those heavier loads. So I just think, even if you only have a short period of time, is to still follow them so that you're still getting that strength benefit out of those exercises, if that makes sense. Of course, like I said, you can do HIIT training, you can do circuit work or density training, just to get a quick burn or a quick sweat in. But if you have a strength focused goal or a hypertrophy focused goal, muscle gain, or even a fat loss goal, right? I think your time is often best spent focused on training in that way, which would be to lift the appropriate amount of weight so that you're getting the strength benefit or the muscle gain benefit out of the exercise. Now, if you have a fat loss goal, yes, HIIT training, density training, circuit training, those are also great options for you as well. But I realize that not all women have a fat loss goal. Some of you want to get stronger, some of you want to put on muscle mass. So that is what I would do with these workouts if I'm short on time. Now, if you're not following a program at all right now and you're like, what the heck are you talking about, Brie? You can get a free custom workout at podcast.brieogletree.com/pro. So that is going to it's going to walk you through a series of questions that you answer. And then based off of the questions that you answer, it's going to email you a PDF guide of what a custom workout would look like for you. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about with my workout structure and how I structure workouts. So there's a warm up mobility section, there's power development, and then there's usually strength supersets. So 2 exercises that you complete back to back, and there's usually 3 of those groups of supersets within the workout. Sometimes there's 4, depending on the workouts. But this guidance is really, if you're short on time, you're following a workout like that or a workout plan like that, you still want to get in an effective workout. This is how I would break that down. And then notice how in all 3 of these, I completely skipped conditioning, right? Again, that is because the focus for these workouts are really strength focused. So I want to put all my attention into getting stronger and moving better, right, in those lifts or in the lifts that are within the workout. So if you are short on time, focusing on that, or again, you could do the conditioning and just call it a day. At the end of the day, it all counts towards your consistency. So that's really what we're focused on here. Uh, Keeping you consistent, right, towards your goals, or keeping you consistent within your fitness journey, so that you continue to reap the benefits of exercise and consistent workouts. So 10 minutes is more than enough to get in an effective workout. So it's all about using the time you have. It's about using what you have in order to get the results that you're looking to get. Now, I hope that was helpful in helping you break down your workouts and what you could do in a 10, 20, or 30-minute time frame. Now, if you're not following a program right now, definitely grab your free custom workout at podcast.briogletree.com/pro. Again, it's just I think it's an 18-minute questionnaire, and it will give you a free PDF at the end. It'll maybe take you like 10 minutes at tops to fill out, and it'll help you kind of understand what should be included in your workouts and like what exercises based on your goals. So definitely check that out. podcast.briogletree.com/pro. Now, I'm curious to know what you do for your workouts when you're short on time. So if you only have 10, 20, 30 minutes, what are your workouts looking like? I know in the past I used to skip workouts if I knew I couldn't get in the full workout. But I learned that hurts me more than that helps me in my fitness journey. So even if it's only 10 minutes, it's still going to be effective towards your goals. It's going to count towards your consistency. So I encourage you to show up even if you only have a short period of time. Right, so I hope that was helpful. Thanks for tuning in. If this was your first time here and you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to either the YouTube channel if you're on YouTube, or the podcast wherever you're listening to this podcast, to continue receiving more women's fitness and health education just like this. And I will talk to you in the next episode. All right, bye.